And we are live. Today, there is a lot going on. We will
Yeah,
talk about the Nintendo Direct. How are
yeah.
you, Overlord?
I had my, I had a wisdom teeth surgery 2 days ago. I have
Oh my.
like blowing my nose is a pain.
Oh my. That hurts. I had like five of them to be removed, like two were stacked on top of each other. That was like painful. But now it's out of the way, so that's a good thing. You won't really lose any other teeth, hopefully.
It's
Um,
the yeah, and hopefully, I'll get. Hopefully, that constant stingy pain will go away.
yeah, it will take a few weeks for sure. Now, um, before we really react to the Nintendo Direct, I thought we could have a very interesting gaming discussion, and then um, I will start by asking you: have you seen the Direct prior?
I have.
Oh, that's amazing! So don't spoil too much. I did hear a lot of stuff, so I kind of know some of it, but don't spoil too much. But yeah, here we are. What's your experience with gaming in general and Nintendo, like current state of gaming and such? Just talk about gaming in general. What do you think
Well,
of
I kind
Nintendo?
of I kind of grew up surrounded with an interest in games. I I always had an interest in games, and let's just say just about every console I owned, except for one, is a Nintendo console. That sole exception is a PSP.
Yeah, yeah, that's a lot. That's amazing. I think it's the most family friendly company in the
Yeah,
bunch.
and one of the, eh, yeah, and yeah, but it's like, and about and about current, and about the current system, I think I'll say it right now. You probably hyperrealism is destroying the industry. This hunt for to look like the most pristine, lifelike, try to so you could miss. Like it seems like the I'm saying it right now. The end goal is to make a game that could be mistaken for live action.
Yeah,
I see it as an extension of this anti-cartoon mentality that is plaguing television. You probably noticed, movies and shows. We don't want. We don't like doing cartoons. We want to do live action. So we try to move everything to live action and put less focus on animation.
yeah, and
And this hunt for hyperrealism is an extension for it because they can't make live action games. Well, unless you do a full motion game. But yeah, that's the point. The best thing, the quote next best thing unquote is to make a game so hyper realistic you think it's live action. To be able to
yeah,
tell every little string of hair a different, they want to make us. The problem is the time and budget is required for that is over inflated, like needlessly big. It's like you need to make something this hyper realistic. You need it takes it takes years. It could take over. It could take over half a decade. Just
yeah,
to make a. It's one thing to try to make once in a while a game that looks realistic. If you want every single game to have the same hyper realistic standards, the result is that the PlayStation and the Xbox struggle to have new games.
that's true. That's true. And even there, I feel like most of the newer games, I'm just not interested because they feel out of ideas. They feel like they all want that triple A game, that blockbuster game where, oh look, it's a open world. Oh look, it's a multiplayer game because we cannot play alone anymore. Oh look how pretty I am. I feel like these three things describe very much.
Oh look, you can see your reflection perfectly in the river. not just it's not how clean and perfect that reflection in the water it is. It's like in those three rivers you come across in the whole game.
Yeah. And this is where we get into Nintendo because I feel like Nintendo didn't fail on that trap. They
Yeah,
they were
in fact, it's a fun fact. It's a fun fact. Is because uh, apparently Iwata saw it coming like almost 20 years ago. He saw coming an era he wouldn't live to see. That guy was a that guy was the game industry the hero the game industry needed but didn't deserve.
yeah.
He
And
saw what would one day become the plague of what would be the bane of the industry. And now look, Sony is struggling, Microsoft is struggling, Nintendo's handling itself. Tripping maybe it's through trip, but we can't say it's the big struggle of it's like, and the indie scene. Oh boy, the indie scene. That's it's like a that scene is just that's booming. Huh?
yeah, and
It's
I gotta say
that
this.
Nintendo set up a special that Nintendo made the but Nintendo had set up a type of event similar to Directs just for indies. Nintendo knows. Nintendo knows that indie is booming.
Yeah, and I gotta say something. Like I feel like Nintendo is very clever because they don't fall on other traps like microtransaction and DLCs, and they still have that creativity behind their projects.
And similarly, they don't hunt for that hyper realism.
Yeah,
You'll see in the di- You'll see that in the Direct.
yeah. So I guess we can segue now into the fabulous direct. So we are a bit late to the party because it came out Tuesday and we are now like Friday night into Saturday. But
Yeah.
it's because the week was really occupied for me, so that was as early as I
Yeah,
could do it.
and I said I was busy. I had wisdom teeth removal and
Yeah.
eh,
So what will happen is YouTube really hates music, so sometime I may end up muting the direct but still play the video. And
put the
it's
closed
normal.
caption. Be sure to be sure to do closed caption so that you can actually, because if you mute, you miss some of the you might miss some of the voiceover, which give some vital info. So you should activate the closed caption.
So I actually don't know how to do it. I guess
You press the
that's
gear,
yeah.
press the one that's the active. Press that. It should be. Oh no, it's auto generated. Damn. Oh
That's
man,
fine.
watch out! It might not be perfectly thing. It just says exact. It's
Perfect.
anyway. Let's begin.
Yeah. Let's do this. Um yeah, Joker said he's sorry. So yeah, let's do this. Okay. Let's click play now.
You could just lower the volume a bit. Just
Actually, I forgot. I wanted to say some few things before we really get into it.
okay.
I
Okay.
I, I did pause at the right moment, I feel like.
Yeah.
So,
You have.
um I last year when we had a direct, I was hoping a lot for a Prime 4 announcement, And this one I got it spoiled. I knew it, and I was like, okay, okay, finally, it's something good that I will enjoy. And I don't know how much of that is true, but I've also heard there's apparently Switch 2 incoming, and I'm actually
I'll say
very
it right
excited.
now, there is no official word in the direct itself. So
Okay,
what you
okay,
it says it's mostly through out part, some third party sources, but mention that namely that it's been delayed for next year.
okay. Well, I will also add this. I really hope, and I don't think it's here. Otherwise, I would have heard about it. But I really hope we get a Metroid Prime 2 remaster and a Metroid Prime 3 remaster as well. I really hope for that. If we don't get it this year, give it to us next year. I
Might be. Well, apparently it said that the type of work and says might it makes it easier that that an eight that a small that implies that small HD bundle would be an easier and more pro. But we're getting off the topic here, so
Yeah, and outside of that, I want Advance Wars. I know we already just got a game, and I can only assume it kind of flopped or bombed. Otherwise, Nintendo would be like, "Oh, look, Advance Wars! It's a very successful game. People should get it." And as someone that played it and was very disappointed, I I hold on to really bad hopes because I don't think we'll get other Advance Wars game anytime soon. But hey, if they announce maybe a new Fire Emblem, maybe I will start the franchise there. Or if they announce a new Advance Wars, that could be amazing. But I don't think this will happen.
I'll tell you right now. Don't start with Engage. Engage is Engage. It's like Engage try to be both try to do something both for new and old, but in the end it kind of failed to look. Engage is the first game is the first mainline game since the 3DS. The first mainline non remake game since the 3DS era that sold less than its predecessor.
Yeah,
Until then, until that point, it seemed like each new entry would sell better than the last one since Awakening. But Engage sold less than three houses.
and I can only bet I haven't heard of it, but I can bet there's a Zelda incoming. If it's not like in this direct, maybe in the next one they will have one because I feel like that's one of the biggest IP they have,
Yeah, that's yeah,
and
Zelda. Yeah.
and maybe a Mario as well. I don't know when was the last Mario game in the other end, so this one I'm less sure than Zelda, but I feel like Zelda is always is a very safe bet when it comes to direct and such.
Same
So
with Mario. It'd be
yeah,
anything a spin off or something. But
yeah.
anyway, we're good. Let's begin.
Let's do this.
Uh, you're not so.
I'm not taking chances because sometimes YouTube is weird. So I guess that's a Mario and Luigi.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, now oh yeah, right when there's music. Damn. So I was kind of right on that. Um,
I'll be telling you right now. Mario and Luigi was not something I was expecting because
that's
Alpha Dream, the company that was mainly in charge of Mario and Luigi games, had shut down.
oh really?
It's it's like so many expected Mario and Luigi to just be like a dead spin-off franchise.
Wow, that's sad.
Yeah, turns out focusing more on. Turns out they made they made many mistakes during the 3DS era. Namely, after Dream Team, it's been mostly just some a few blunders, trying to focus more on remakes and very safe crossover with Paper Mario back in the back in the back in the Sticker Star era. You can guess how that went.
Yeah. So it just came up on top of my head. I feel like we may have another Splatoon crap. Splatoon is one of the few Nintendo game I'm so done hearing about it. Like I haven't played it. I have no interest whatsoever. That
Actually, I'll tell you. Actually, I'll tell you right now. There wasn't any announcement regarding Splatoon.
oh, that's good. I feel like every year we add one, and I'm so tired of that franchise. I feel like this is the big multiplayer franchise Nintendo has, and I'm so tired of most of the
Well, the
multiplayer
only one.
games.
Well, at least it's not a. Well, at least it's not either a. Well, at least it's not either a hunt for hyperrealism, or
Yeah, that's
Fortnite
true.
wannabe. So it still manages to stand out from the crowd.
That's true. I will give them credit where credit is due. You made very fair point there.
Yeah, see, that's the problem. If you pause and resume, sometimes.
Sometimes it's StreamYard that does weird things. Yeah, it's clearly StreamYard. That will be solved eventually.
You can.
Okay. I will admit something. This game looks fun, and depending on the price, maybe I will end up purchasing it and trying it.
I've always had a thing for the Mario and Luigi games, so probably for sure.
And
I'm
I
likely the
will
one. I'm likely the one to play it first.
I will also admit something like I enjoy some of the Mario game, but I'm not the biggest Mario fan. November 7th. Okay, that's late.
Hello, everyone. I'm Shinya Takahashi, and I'll be your guide for today's
Actually, it's
Nintendo
this
Direct.
year, so actually it is. It actually comes out this year, so it's generally.
That was the
Yeah.
first new entry in the Mario and Luigi series in almost 9 years.
Yeah.
Mario and Luigi Brothership. Please look forward to a seafaring adventure that unfolds across mysterious islands, as well as evolved Bros moves with Mario and Luigi. Okay, let's see the first batch of headlines.
Okay, so you said you would be the first one to purchase it. So will you get the game on release, or you will
I'm
wait a
not
bit?
sure,
Or...
but considering I'm probably gonna get it before you either way, likely.
Yeah,
I'm a fan of the Mario and Luigi games, so I'm likely to. I like Mario and Luigi games. I've played most. Like the only one I haven't played is Partners in Time.
I
I
will
played.
say I will say that the few games I really bought on release were like Metroid Prime Remastered. What else? Metroid Dread and Advance Wars Reboot Camp. These are like the three games I really bought on release, and
I
it's
can't remember if I bought Metroid Prime Remaster on release, but I remember buying it like very, er, as soon as I could, and I don't regret it.
me
Okay,
neither.
maybe
I
I
like it.
okay. Oh, yeah, yeah. Okay, well, okay. Maybe I could have waited for the physical release or something. But, oh well, uh, it was a good
Yeah,
game. I'm not gonna say I regret buying a good game. So
yeah. And outside of that, like the last time I really bought a game on release that wasn't a Nintendo game, like that was 2013 with Splinter Cell Blacklist. So it's like the last few years I bought maybe like three game on release, and outside of that, like the last time I was really hyped about something was like 11 years ago. And outside of that, usually I wait a bit. Like even Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm Connection, I waited like a month easy, and I had regrets buying this game. I was like, it's Storm 4, but worst. It's how I feel about a lot of recent games. And I feel like a Nintendo game, yes, the prices are a bit higher now than they were before, but it's always a safe bet because I feel like their best studios are always on it. So you end up with most of the time a very good product. It's rare you purchase like a Nintendo game that's bad. I don't remember playing a Nintendo game that was bad, but I remember playing well, Reboot Game was actually not that great. That's the only exception. I think that's the only exception I know about Nintendo. But even there, it's bad if you played the original games.
I
But
did.
if it's your first Advance Wars experience, I'm sure you will find more enjoyment, and I think you'll like it. But again, if you're a hardcore fan like me that played Advance Wars since childhood and you end up with that product, that's a letdown. So I know you played a bit of it. What did you think of Reboot Camp?
Yeah, looks nice, entertaining. I mean, you're saying entertaining. There's a few. I like some of the some of the fancy visual effects, and
Yeah. Did you finish the game or you didn't have
not
time?
yet,
Okay.
not
Uh,
yet.
the other good thing I will admit is it's a good 50 hour plus 50 plus hour to complete the game to the end. So that's something good. But again, if you are a hardcore fan like me, that's not a great game. Like every other Advance Wars game or so far better. But if you never played Advance Wars, again, I'd recommend trying out.
Launch that one.
It's
Hopefully,
a
there's enough new players to.
Yeah. It's a RPG like game. It's strategy. It's like turn by turn. It's like in my books a better Fire Emblem, and that may sound weird because I know
Well,
about Fire Emblem,
you don't wanna
but
you don't wanna you don't wanna kick that nest. You
okay,
don't.
okay, I will trust you on that. So let's hear out what happens next after that guy is talking.
Bring the championships home or on the go.
Oh yeah, that one. It's
The thrill of the Nintendo
it's
World
that
Championships is coming to the
it's
Nintendo
like some
Switch
kind
this
of
fall. Take on
competitive challenge compilation where you do a
fun
bunch
challenges from across 13
of
NES
challenges
games.
regarding old NES games.
Yeah, um, that looks like a Metroid and a Kid Icarus game.
Oh
Oh,
yeah, it's
that's
because the
Zelda.
compilation of it's a bunch of NES games, old
Wow,
classics, Mario to Zelda to yeah, Metroid and Kid Icarus too.
that
And
sounds fun.
Even Kirby. Yeah. Mhm. Also has a bit of a competitive side where you try to do the aim for the best score and stuff. You get little guides and tips. I remember seeing those tips. I really remember seeing some of those tips. Guide. I think I have a guidebook somewhere with similar tips.
Is there some
Elimination
music?
and stuff.
Oh, there's some music.
Actually, most of them have music. Really,
Yeah.
actually, most of them have music. They don't really mute thing. There's
Mm,
always exposition and music. There's a
yeah.
dialogue. It's like
Sometimes I will still unmute to see, but yeah. StreamYard is struggling a bit here.
yeah.
That sounds fun.
Oh
Um,
yeah, and
Out to
oh
the
yeah, and oh yeah, fairy tale game. It's oh yeah, fairy tale game. It says that shows the rest.
relive the
That
climactic
shows the
Bowser
rest
and
of the
Blair era
story,
from the hit anime Fairy Tale in this action
the
RPG.
full plot of the fairy tale.
Set in the
It says
kingdom of Fiore,
it has a bit of a case
finish
of
their
lockout. If you don't know what's going on,
engage
you're
in
probably not
real-time
gonna
battles and
have
unleash
much idea of
powerful
what's
attacks
going
and use
on. Like,
different kinds of
I
good
magic
have
thing I
no
have
clue.
some. Good thing I know about. But funny, it's kind of funny the announcers they do announcements related to Fairy Tale now, and well, okay, you'll see.
Did you play the first one?
No,
Okay. Why? Is it because it was poorly received, or you just didn't add the chance?
It wasn't really the type of game I. It's like I had other things to focus on. I had other games to. I never got around to getting it, and kind of.
Okay.
It's like anyway.
Work together with your teammates to take down
You might
powerful
want
enemies.
to, if you want, you can skip that. There's not. If you want, you can skip that section. You can see the little sec. You can see
I
the little segment. Oh, it's already at the end. So
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, and I feel like I won't really skip much. I will just lower the volume in places.
Multi-dimensional journey. From Final Fantasy series creator Hironobu Sakaguchi. And
oh yeah, that's a, it's a oh yeah, oh yeah, it's a fun. Oh yeah, because Square Enix doesn't really do much traditional Final Fantasy games. The guy who worked on Final Fantasy decided to make other games because Final Fantasy is not so doesn't play that traditionally anymore.
So, what's your experience with Final Fantasy? I ask you a lot of things because I know you played a lot of games. I think
I
you most
never
likely have played more games
like
than me.
I never got the opportunity. It's like, look, most of the Final Fantasy game that came out when during my time on PlayStation, and I don't have the only PlayStation I have is a PSP. The
Yeah.
closest, like closest thing to, like it's like I really never got the opportunity to really play a mainline Final Fantasy game.
So that means now Nintendo has the rights of it, or is it because like Sony is like let's spread more of our love
Actually,
to other
actually,
consoles?
Is remember Sony is not the well, it's Square Enix who's kind of this. It's like a well, fun fact: most Final Fantasy games should be are technically on Switch now, including some of the 3D ones.
That's interesting. Um,
Yes, even it's like I'd say 7 to 12 minus 11
that
on Switch.
sounds fun. Wow, that must cost a lot of money though. Like 60-70 bucks a game. That
Well,
sounds crazy.
the older games tend to be a bit less costly. It's the newer ones that isn't. You
Oh, okay.
know, an old PlayStation port is going to cost less
Oh
than
yeah, yeah. StreamYard is
Slowly being
struggling.
robbed of its civilization. To restore his memories, Leo must confront an evil entity threatening all mankind. Skill
Okay.
Oh, yeah, it has a little funny gameplay about actually you aim the attack so that you can to see how many enemies on the field you can hit.
and fight them later.
That
Or
sounds
you
fun.
can send them to another dimension and fight them later to get
Reward
some
you
kind of
one
bonus.
round, one shot.
It's like, oh, nice, you took out those.
Now, let us save the world together.
Fantasy Neo Dimension Holiday 2024. I don't like it when it's just like so vague you don't know. And it's exactly what's going on. Like it can be November, it can be December, or like early January. It's like we don't know when we will release the game. Let's just say holidays, like people will purchase this at as a Christmas gift or something. Um, will you purchase it?
I don't know. Not sure. Not sure. Not. It's like not not sure yet. I'll think about it.
Okay.
Another sport is coming
Oh
to
my.
Go Square.
Why? Okay, maybe that's the one I will skip. I hate these.
Yeah,
Why?
yeah. I miss the
Why?
Mii's. I miss the Mii's.
Why? No, I'm really wondering why every single damn direct we get this crap. It's no longer the Wii days. It's Switch. Really, I'm wondering who will really play sport game like that.
It's mostly the absence of the Mii that kind of it's kind of the Mii's getting shoved. After the Mii's were introduced and made a big deal into the Wii era, it just seemed to forget. What's that really?
It feels like a trend that died in 2010, and they really want to give it a second life, but it just doesn't work.
It
Like,
doesn't work without the Mii front and center. I think something's missing.
and like not only that, but Switch is not the Wii. Switch is like a DS. It's like a Xbox you can bring everywhere. It's no,
Yeah.
it just
And also,
doesn't
it's generally
work.
considered a bit of an inferior because, especially, it's also considered a bit inferior, especially compared to say Wii Sport Resort, which had introduced Woohoo Island, a big, meaty place full of interesting things. The Nintendo Switch Sports takes place in a rather generic looking town. But anyway, let's get back. Let's get back on track.
Yeah. That looks fun. This will get it for sure. This part there. I guess the music is cool, but they don't say much. It's only music and people flying around. It feels like uh when you have all of the power ups in Metroid right now. You fly around, boom, boom, boom. That one is short lived. We are about to hit the next section of it. That's interesting. Will I purchase it? I don't think so. What about you?
Yeah, maybe I'll think about it.
2025. I feel like this game we just have seen, they should have had the guy
Yeah,
talking
and
about it.
oh yeah, now then next, an expansion to that Mickey gave that seems to be taking cues from Rayman Origins and Legends.
In the brand new adventure, Mystery and Monarch.
You do this expansion is about mystery solving.
Use the dashboard to crack each case. What big secret lies at the end? Start sleuthing because this free update launches on Nintendo Switch later today. Island Adventures away.
Oh,
Yeah,
Hello Kitty, that's another thing I don't give a crap about. I think we will skip it. Oh, there's a Looney Tune game right after. I guess we'll let it play. Because I'm actually curious to see how they will sell the Looney Tune game. It's clearly more interesting than another stupid sport game.
hey, I think Retsuko was. I think it was Retsuko. Wait, go back a bit.
Go back. Okay. Oh, am I?
Go back. I think I saw Retsuko.
Um.
I think I saw Retsuko in that.
How am I supposed to go back?
You just. I'm glad you just click on.
Here.
I think I recognize one of.
Pals to solve mysteries and restore Friendship Island when Hello Kitty Island Adventure launches as a timed concept.
I think it's
exclusive
Retsuko,
on Nintendo Switch
the red
system
panda.
next year.
Fun.
Let's get loony in this wacky
Oh,
sports game.
another sport game. Are you kidding
Yeah,
me?
it's basketball.
Porky Pig,
So it's like a bad Mario Striker, I
arcade
guess.
style
No, it's
sports.
basketball, not soccer.
Unleash the full power of Acme across iconic levels in up to
Oh wait, a
4
sport
local
compilation
co-op.
is a.
Watch out for
That's even
falling
worse.
bills. Looney Tunes Wacky World of Sports crashes
My.
onto Nintendo Switch this fall.
What's up, Doug?
Not
That's
touching
all,
this
folks.
that game with the 10-foot pole.
Game on.
Emergency meeting.
Oh,
New
Among
crewmate
Us.
and imposter roles are
The
being
game I
added
played
to
New
maybe
roles,
once or twice.
Alert others when eliminated as a noisemaker. Plant tracking devices on others as a tracker. Or turn invisible while taking out players as a phantom. Suss things out when this free update for Among Us sneaks onto Nintendo Switch later today.
Okay.
A monster army is at your command.
Yeah.
This is Felicidad, a realm of monsters. Those who command and raise them are called Farmagia and play a vital role in the land's civilization. 10 of Farmagia.
Yeah.
must
Oh, hey, yeah. Look,
against
the guy who did Fairy Tail did the design for this game. I guess he wanted to follow the footsteps of the late Akira Toriyama, creative Dragon Ball and character designer of Dragon Quest, by deciding to make it to be in charge of the character design of a game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you can see the style. You can see the characters look like the characters from Fairy Tail.
Enemy weaknesses.
And you just saw the trailer earlier.
And now we are like 11 minutes into it. And I gotta say something. Maybe I'm crazy, maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like half of what we've seen is RPG like game where there are life bars and you just feed the crap.
Well, I guess it was well, in fall 2023, it was mostly farming simulators. I guess that's a bit of a step up. Well, then again, that one's a bit of a farming simulator. So
You're actually right. I was shocked to see these farming simulator last year. I was like, man, people will get bored. Like, why? Why? I don't get these games. I don't get the audience for these games. I just don't get it.
Yeah.
Merge all of the battle buddies in your party to call forth a giant fusion summon and recap.
But to be honest, if like I get to choose between this or the Fairy Tail one, I think I will go for the Fairy Tail one because that's an IP I know better. And I think this is all people will usually think. They're like, what is this? But I know Fairy Tail. Like, I don't know in depth Fairy Tail. Like, I've seen a few episodes here and there, but I have no idea what that thing is for Mangia. So I will
it's
be like,
it's a new thing.
yeah,
It's trying. I think if anything, it's kind of like it's Hiromashima first foray in designing for a video game. I mean, next up we might see another. I mean, Akira Toriyama didn't just do Dragon Quest; he also did Chrono Trigger.
Yeah. I think it will be just easier with Fairy Tail for the normies like me.
Join the rebellion to stop the Magus in Farmagia, launching on Nintendo Switch November 1st.
Oh, Donkey Kong! Okay, I admit it. That will be fun. I want this.
Well, actually, that's a release of Donkey Kong Country Returns, the game on Wii and 3DS.
That sounds
The
fun.
villainous Tiki Town
Yeah.
tribe has hypnotized the local wildlife and
I played that
stole
one.
Donkey Kong's precious banana horde.
Is it worth playing?
Huh?
Is it?
Oh,
Yeah,
Donkey Kong Country Returns? Yeah, it's a fun one.
Just stomp them,
that's cool.
pound them,
A bit of a callback to classics.
Each level is filled with hijinks, but they're no match for these top bananas. From manic minecarts to high-flying rocket barrels.
Yeah, I recognize those levels.
Ride on Rambi.
Yeah, and yeah, you have more.
Transportation methods available. Pass a Joy-Con controller to a buddy for 2-player local co-op.
That's cool.
80 appealing
That
levels
could be
are in
something
store,
we play together
including the
one
additional
time.
levels
Yeah.
from the Nintendo 3DS version.
Yeah, the 3DS version had a few extra levels.
Donkey Kong Country
Namely,
Returns,
it turned what was once a simple bonus level into an entire bonus world.
January 16th.
One of Donkey Kong and Diddy Kong's jungle escapades returns in HD. Plenty of wild actions and antics are in store with these Kongs. Next, please take a look at this.
So I will admit something. I feel like they present a game they know that will sell very well. I'm not really good at marketing, so I don't know how smart this is, but I feel like as a normie, I already know that IP, so I don't really need someone else to talk about that IP to me. I'm like, I know Donkey Kong. I've played him on Smash. I played like few Donkey Kong game as a child. I played as him in Mario Kart. Like I know Donkey Kong, you know, and I have no clue about the previous game we had. So I feel like having the presenter talking about the previous game would have been better because I have no idea what the game will be like outside of that's another RPG among like 10 of them. Any
Well, actually, he
thoughts on
did
that?
explain a bit. If you listen a bit, he explained a bit of the system and the mechanics. So,
Yeah.
well, if you want to get through it, we still have through 30 minutes. It's like we should take. It's like a.
Yeah. There's no rush. Except if you're on a timer, then it's a bit different.
A bit in recovery, so sometimes I get tired a bit more quickly. So,
Yeah.
and
Oh my, Dragon Quest. So I did play one on DS, I believe, but I didn't play
yeah,
a
that's
lot.
well, I guess that's the. I guess Square Enix had to honor one of our fallen allies. May Akira Toriyama rest in peace. As what that King Kai sends him. I want him.
Memorable
It's like
encounters.
and I want King Kai to tell him that his fans that his fans still
And
look up
formidable monsters await.
that King Kai still look.
An iconic
Mhm.
RPG remade in HD 2D.
It's looking cool. I will admit it. It's good HD,
Mhm.
but I won't purchase that.
You're not really much of a Dragon Quest kind of guy.
Yeah.
Yes. It's the it's a mhm. As many
November.
said, this was the closest thing we'd ever have to Goku in Smash, having the protagonist of the third game who is clearly based on Goku.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, if you actually turn the audio on now, you actually get the title theme of Dragon Quest.
That's cool.
That's an interview with creator.
ドラゴンクエスト3の映像いかがでしたか？ようやく発売日を発表できて僕も嬉しく思います。そして今日サプライズで発表したドラゴンクエスト 1&2 も HD2D で蘇ることが決定しました。時系列としては3が物語の始めるとなっており、3、1、2の順番でプレイしてもらうとあっと驚く展開が待っています。
Star Wars
Yeah.
is like they did everything in reverse.
Well, at least, Star Wars, at least the numbers tell you the order. You start from 1, then 2, then 3, then 4, then 5, then you stop at 6 because everything after that is not worth it. Everything
こ
after
こ
6.
3部作となる3と 1&2 どちらもぜひ楽しんでもらえたら嬉しいです。
I wisely decided not to watch 9.
Yeah, good choice.
Thank you, Mr. Hori. We hope you're excited to play the entire Erdrick trilogy, now in HD 2D. Continue with more headlines.
Clean.
Let's have some.
Oh yeah, Funko Pop, the game.
That
I'm sure you can
sounds
guess what most
terrible.
kids. I'm pretty sure you can guess who most people will want to play as.
Is that Marty McFly?
I have no idea.
The world of Funko is coming to life in this action-adventure mashup.
You have him right now. I'm pretty sure everyone will want to play as a animatronic of Five Nights at Freddy's. I know I would.
TV shows and more.
I mean, if you told me pick someone from play Funko Pop, pick someone for you play for the whole game. I think I'll just stick to the animatronics because I'll.
Dinosaurs from Jurassic World and Cylons from
I'll try.
Battlestar Galactica. They're certainly not toying around. Unbox the universe when Funko Fusion pops onto Nintendo Switch September 13th.
Any thoughts on that one?
On this game,
Yeah.
well, Funko Pop was just something. I always found it a bit. When I play, when I get to a video game store, I'm here for video games. I get annoyed when the entire shelves get filled up by Funko toys. Like the point, okay, so the game, I was here for the game, but now it's like half the wall is covered in Funko Pops.
Yeah. So I feel like this game is just advertisement hidden behind the game. It's like, look at all of these characters you can play as. You can then go at the store and purchase all of the toys with it.
I'm pretty sure most people will just play as a few characters, namely Freddy. I'm pretty sure most of them would prefer to play as Freddy.
Just because it feels like a glorified advertisement, I would think I will stay away from that game, to be honest.
We've got a smorgasbord of spooky, silly, and strategic games. Ready
Oh,
for
yeah.
the adventure of
Oh, Luigi's
HD
Mansion 2.
Summon
HD
your
release.
courage and explore multiple mansions filled with goofy ghosts.
Oh, yeah, I remember that one.
tricky
fun.
traps, and other supernatural shenanigans.
I think
Luigi's Mansion 2 HD
I will actually
launches
get
on
into
Nintendo
that
Switch
franchise.
June 27th.
I actually own all 3 games.
That's cool.
Meet the quirky little Dempa Man. Find him, catch him, and lead him on a joyful RPG adventure. Explore dungeons and battle monsters. Customize all sorts of outfits. Decorate your island however you'd like, and more. Plus, up to 4 players in local co-op can team up to catch special Dempa Men.
I don't know about that game.
Me neither. I mean, neither. It's a kind of a weird look.
Oh, Contra!
Oh, yeah. Actually, that's a Metal Slug.
Oh, that's the same
Take
thing.
control of your
Actually,
forces
Mel-
and pulverize enemy
Contra
soldiers.
is by Konami. This is Metal Slug. It plays a bit like Contra, but it's a bit more crazy, over the top stuff. He has aliens. It's like a cult. It's a crazy stuff. It's a crazy. Like you can see, it's a crazy one. This one's a spin-off. Oh, play all day.
Yeah.
I'll play all day. Oh, and Darkest Dungeon. Tough. Watch out, that game is tough. It auto-saves. Every step you make is auto-saved. Every attack the enemy does, auto-save. So, if you like... let's just say, if you like playing... if you like building up a team and then playing up a team, be careful if you're new. Don't get too attached to your characters whenever you make a new game. If you're new, because
More classic
they're not gonna last long.
So, any thoughts on
Titles are
that
on the
one?
way.
We just seen that.
Darkest
you
Dungeon?
said- yeah. Do you think you will purchase it?
Not really my cup. Darkest Dungeon isn't exactly my cup of tea.
I'm with you on that because you said it's hard, and maybe I will sound like a journalist or something, but today when I want to play a game, I just want to enjoy the ride, and that's why I gave up on Dark Soul like games. it's just not for me. Like, I just want to have a good time. Like, I do so much other stuff that are kind of stressful, in quote. I don't need to add myself another stress through gaming. But that's just me. And
Yeah, fun fact: stress is a major mechanic in Darkest Dungeon.
oh my, so clearly not for me.
Right.
But again, I say that, but usually I still like to play the game at the highest difficulty. I just don't like to play a game like that's meant to be very hard. Like,
Yeah, especially since I said it, all the saves every step you make.
yeah.
So
Yeah, that's why I'm
yeah,
not
for sure.
a big fan of Dark Souls, because it's meant to be hard, and that's why I heard a lot about Stellar Blade. I know it's PlayStation or Xbox. I don't know which one, but
PlayStation.
yeah,
It's
um,
PlayStation.
I heard about that, and I was like, yeah, it's if it's a soul-like game, I won't purchase it. And on top of that, like, there was controversy around it. So let's get
I'm
back
not.
on topic.
This
But
is a.
yeah,
This is Nintendo, not so.
yeah,
Will not this.
yeah.
Purchase tears. That's what
So
there's
the expansion pack. So
more
I
classics.
hope I hope eventually we'll have some other games that are lesser known. So like games like we had GoldenEye with that expansion pack, but
Yeah,
I feel like we should get like The World Is Not Enough, because I remember as a child, my father did own the World Is Not Enough cartridge, and I enjoyed the crap out of that game more than GoldenEye. I don't know if it's because I was a kid or because the game is genuinely good, but I
I didn't
want
even. I
I
didn't
want
even
it.
know the world is. I didn't even know that game existed.
Yeah, it's a blue cartridge. I remember it, and that's the game I played the most as a child. And there were so many level I could not beat because I wasn't good enough. But I still liked the gadget, the guns. It was a fun game. I could never beat it as a kid, but I enjoyed the trip. um, and I was lucky enough because my father did finish the game, so I still had access to like every level. So I did play every level, but I've never really finished the game. And I want this game to be on the expansion pack. Maybe I'm the minority there, and that's funny because I did a GoldenEye stream a year ago now, already a year ago, and I felt like the game didn't age well at all. So maybe I will think the same about The World Is Not Enough if it comes there. So we'll see. Oh,
Play Link's classic 16-bit adventure and
Hi
team
there.
up online to explore randomized dungeons in The Legend of Zelda.
It's the
A Link to
linked.
Past
It's
Four
the
Seasons.
linked version of the.
Experience the remake of
Zero
Samus's first
Mission.
adventure in
Cool.
Metroid.
That's the remake
Zero
of a. That's the remake of the first game.
yeah. I did play a
Coming
bit
to the
of
new
Oh, an
Nintendo
expansion
64
pack. Wait,
Nintendo Switch
the
Online
fifth.
short 17 plus collection of games.
Yeah, I have a.
Turok!
Brave the dangerous
I
Lost
did
Land to
try
stop the
this game as a
campaigners'
child.
nefarious
My
schemes
mother
in
hated it
Turok,
because that was
Dinosaur
nature,
Hunter.
and my father was like, "Oh, who cares? It's just like dinosaurs shooting at dinosaurs." Oh, Perfect Dark?
Yeah.
No.
Alien
Okay,
conspiracy
I'm
in
sold.
Perfect Dark. Now with
I
online
tried.
multiplayer.
I knew
Online
it was coming.
multiplayer.
All
Oh.
4 games will be available for Nintendo
I
Switch
was.
Online Plus
I knew
expansion
you'd
pack
be.
members
I knew you'd be
later
pleased.
today.
And the irony there, I did play the newest Perfect Dark. I was so disappointed. I don't know if it's nostalgia talking, telling me the one in Nintendo 64 was so fun, or if the newest one is genuinely worst in
Actually,
really
from what I heard, people
great.
say. From what I heard, it's generally, but the newer one was generally worse.
So I wasn't crazy. um, I'm hype. Okay, back at doing gaming on this channel very soon. I'm excited. Perfect Dark. Wow, they did it. Um, and that's funny because right now I'm into collecting GameCube games again, and I feel like eventually I will be at collecting Nintendo 64 games again once I'm done with my GameCube collection. Retro games are just so fun. They
Yeah.
have the magic recent games just don't have anymore.
Well, except maybe from the indie scene, you can still get that magic from the indie scene at least.
Yeah.
Set sail to save the day.
Oh yeah, a sequel to
This is Verona, a young woman with the ability to communicate
Oh
with
yeah,
phantoms.
sequel to Phantom Brave. hmm it was a game on. It was a strategy game on the Wii. Yes, the Wii. But at the time when it's like seemed like the company is focusing a lot more on Nintendo consoles these days.
Are they really out of ideas that they already reuse waters from the Wii? It's like
Huh?
the Wii is like 15 years old.
No, actually, it's a sequel. No, actually,
Oh, okay.
no. I'm saying it's a sequel of a Wii game, and the
Okay.
Wii game was 2D.
Oh, okay.
It's 2D graphics. That's what. I mean, the company only recently started foraging into 3D games.
Are you remotely interested by this game?
I should finish the. I should probably finish the first game first. Then I'll probably tackle this one. Maybe. I think too.
Phantom Brave, the lost hero. There's still music there.
Yeah, that's a bit. Mhm. Oh yeah, it's the story.
This looks interesting. Like, if you ask me to choose between this one and the previous RPG we got to see, I think I'd pick this one over the other one. But again, I'd still trust more Fairy Tale than this.
And yeah, it has fusion dance.
Available 2025. Be hyped.
Expect expect that for a while. Oh
Oh wait, is it Tekken?
no,
Street Fighter. Same thing.
it's
in my
Marvel
mind.
versus Capcom. That's the.
As
Wait,
collection.
that's cool.
Clash in X-Men versus Street Fighter.
I know someone that will
Duke it
be
out in
excited
Marvel
about
versus
this.
Capcom 2,
Yeah.
New Age of Heroes.
That sounds fun.
And even
Punisher! Freaking Punisher!
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sold. I will like this shit. I want to play it right now. Here come new challenger.
It has online play, and you can get ambushed online. You play online, and suddenly someone enters and just
I'm staying away from online because I know people will freaking spam. Hell, I will be spamming. No, so that sounds fun as a single player experience or with your friend at home and such. But online, forget it. You will rip each other head off. I swear.
oh,
Mario
the Mario
Party.
Party with probably the least.
The latest
Yeah.
game in the Mario Party
But this
series
one
takes place
has probably
on
the
one
least
island
friendly
resort.
party host in the franchise.
Biggest selection of Mario Party minigames.
Why?
Kamek.
Okay.
Kamek is the main host. Compared to say Toad or Toadsworth, Kamek's probably the least nice. I mean, he's Bowser's right-hand man. And he's hosting the party.
To get a star at half price when they're on flash sale.
The only way to get to have a worst party host we for Bowser himself to
Stay on
host.
track in Roll'em Raceway.
And you know how he is, right?
Turbo
Yeah.
Tricycle.
Going all of his way to make your life miserable and
Lucky roll. Here on
So I gotta pause the area here because I will admit something. So far, 24 minutes into it, I like this direct so much more than last year. I
Yeah,
feel like this time around, there's at least 3 game I see myself buying. Maybe 4. I would need to rewatch the list somewhere if I can find it, but there's at least 3 game I'm genuinely interested. And last year I wasn't really into that vibe that much. I was like, oh, they are cool games. Maybe there's 2 games I will get, 3 games last year, but I didn't end up buying these games because the games I did buy last year were disappointment. And maybe this year will give me like new hopes about gaming in general. I don't know. We will see how it goes. Do you want to add something on that?
well, yeah, I'd say, I'd say when it comes to Nintendo, at least there's a few more exciting things. With other
Yeah.
platforms, I wouldn't say the same. I mean, Microsoft shut down the studio that made one of the few good games in the past few years.
Yeah.
Yeah, you probably heard of Hi-Fi Rush. Yeah, the studio was shut down. Great going,
Wow.
Xbox. Yeah, you're struggling to get good games, and then and then you shut down the source. And then you shut down the gold mine.
But
And then you wonder,
they feel so like not thinking, they feel so stupid because like they purchase all of these studios only to close them. So what's the point? Why do you want to own them only to close them? Are you
yeah,
scared
that's
of
a EA that's an EA maneuver.
they are scared of competition? That's I feel like by doing that they're like, we are the only one making games, but we don't make games, or we make bad games. So it's like
Yeah, in
Nintendo
fact,
have like free range for anything and everything.
yeah, Nintendo's the one profiting the most from that. In fact,
Yeah.
On Goomba Lagoon, the ebb and flow of the tide can change your path. And things really get mixed up when the volcano blows its top. Along with 5 new game boards.
oh
That
yeah,
will be
see, old
fun.
classics. Mario's Rainbow Castle and Western Land from Mario Party 1 and 2. Old
I'm
classics.
I I'm wondering if they will also bring back the mini games from these games.
We already did that in the previous Mario Party. Maybe they'll have a few. Maybe you have a few new ones. Oh. Yeah, you
I'm
see,
I
Kamek is the main host. You know how Kamek is, right?
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. The least nice party host in the franchise, because
Yeah.
Try your best to come
he's
out
the
on
one
top.
who will openly make your life miserable, cast a spell that will make
Wait,
they'll shrink
really?
you,
More
make
new
your
modes?
enemy bigger and
The
stuff.
biggest Mario Party yet will soon be underway when the Super Mario Party Jamboree game launches on the Nintendo Switch system October
Oh,
7th.
you know why I'm so excited, right?
Oh, it's on your
Look
birthday.
at yeah, not exactly my birthday, but like around the same time.
Yeah.
That's a nice gift.
Uh-huh.
That was the latest installment in the Mario Party series, Super Mario Party Jamboree. With new boards, mini-games, 20-player online gameplay, and more, get ready for the biggest Mario Party in series history. And now, please take a look at this.
Oh, a new Zelda?
Taking cues from the Link's Awakening style.
That looks fun.
Hey, you're gonna miss the mute. There, watch out.
Yeah, that's the
If
point. I don't. We are already playing with a lot of fire there, in every way possible.
Yeah, already starts with Ganon's defeat.
That's surprising. Oh, you fall into the dark realm.
Or whatever sort of thing outside it.
Is there still music there? Yeah.
It's probably going to be music for a while. Some people analyze, and this is actually the map from A Link to the Past.
Yeah.
You know, this is the same trident Ganon had in Echoes of Wisdom, a game where you actually play as Zelda.
Oh,
Oh.
now the guy is
Aonuma
back.
is a
Producer of the Legend of Zelda series.
Aonuma.
What you just saw was the latest installment, The Legend of Zelda: Echoes of Wisdom.
Actually play.
This time around, Link has vanished. Now it's up to Princess Zelda to step into the protagonist role. You might
I will ask you because you know that universe and gaming in general better than I do. Is it the first time it's like that? You're Zelda instead of Link?
If you don't count the CDI games, yes.
That
of course.
sounds interesting.
And of course, Nintendo will not want us to talk. And of course, you know how Nintendo is. We don't talk about CDI games. That's the general stance of Nintendo. So it means yes, this is the first time
That's
in any game that
interesting.
Nintendo will that would exist that Nintendo will acknowledge.
Now I want this to really impact gaming, the gameplay and the game itself.
Oh yeah, actually, keep going. Keep
That
going.
that
Keep-
sounds very fun. But
Keep
I
going,
got before I
If you want to-
play, before I
In fact,
click
I probably
play, before I click play, I gotta say something because we play as Zelda in Zelda. I know some of the corner of the internet that hate that kind of stuff. So trust me, this game will get so much hate and eat that's not really justified. And if it's a really good game, they will all shut up and pray people forget they exist. But yeah, I'm hype. Let's play this. I'm curious. I think I will get that Zelda game for sure.
be thinking, will Zelda fight with a sword then?
See, it
Here,
just brings
we
up the
wanted to
very
create
thing
a
you
new gameplay style that breaks conventions seen in past Legend of Zelda games with a top-down
see.
perspective.
You having your answer now.
To
Yeah,
explain more, please take a look at this video.
that's cool. I like that.
Stolen away. Across the vast
Is the music still here?
Tri
Yeah,
receives a mysterious staff called the
but it's in the
Tri-Rod
background.
and
It's not
sets
that
off
bad.
on a
Tri-Rod.
journey across.
That sounds like a very fun Zelda game, to be honest.
Hyrule to save her kingdom. By waving the Tri-Rod at a table she found, Zelda learned how to create an imitation of it called an echo. Once you learn an echo of something, you can recreate it whenever you'd like. Even if there's a wall blocking your path, you can create echoes of tables to get a leg up. Just like that.
Yeah, that's the mechanic. You
can
make
create
copies and
wooden
maybe.
boxes, old beds, and unusual things like water blocks. How you use them separately or together is entirely up to you. Learn and create echoes of things you find while exploring Hyrule. You may be
That's
surprised at what you discover. Even battles will look different. You could pick up and throw a rock echo, for example. That's not all, though. You can also
Wait,
create
okay.
echoes of
Look at this.
monsters. After doing so, they'll fight by your side.
You can summon monsters and you can make
Monsters have
an army.
So choose the one you want to create based on the
Make your own
situation.
army.
Wisdom is key, after all.
Wisdom. Oh, and look. And then soon you'll have something that will horrify many. Wait for it. No, okay.
Hyrule without Link,
Oh, you get
fate
the
of the kingdom is now
you get Zora,
in Zelda's hands.
you get Sheikah.
This game looks fun.
How was that? I hope you enjoyed this
did.
demonstration of the Echo ability, which channels Princess Zelda's wisdom. There are a lot of echoes in this
Oh,
game.
yeah, and
To be honest, I haven't counted them
oh,
all.
yeah, the Gordo.
How you solve puzzles and battle enemies will change depending on the echoes used. In short, we've created a game where each player's experience.
Redead! The horrifying nightmare screaming zombie is back!
Wow.
The moment many panicked, the Redeads are back.
Launches.
You remember those?
I
Remember,
think-
like, you remember the Redeads, right? With screaming zombies and Ocarina of Time?
I will be honest, I haven't
back.
played this game in like 20 years, so I don't remember that.
It's a zombie that screams at you and then mounts on you. Yes, mounts you.
Okay. But I will say this. This is actually the first Zelda I'm very hype about since Twilight Princess, to be honest. And I will get that one for sure. It's September, so that will be fun. I don't know if I will get it in release, but I think I will get it for sure. That sounds amazing. Will you get the game?
Probably. I have a thing for puzzle stuff. And I want to. I'm wondering if I can send an army of Lionels.
Mm-hmm.
If I get it's like who's the. After all the pain I went through with Lionels in the Breath of the Wild and likes, I want to know what it's like to be able to unleash the Lionel terror on my enemies.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Lionels are always consistently among some of the toughest enemies in the game they're from. Like you probably remember, it was centaur creatures. You probably see.
Now, I'd like to return this moment I'd stolen away back to Mr. Takahashi.
Thank you, Mr. Aonuma. Please look forward to the newest entry in the Legend of Zelda series. Let's see a few more headlines.
Let loose and party on.
Oh,
that's just mostly some classic things. If you want to skip, mostly some.
that one doesn't look fun at all.
A new Lego adventure is on the horizon.
This one, I think I will give it a shot.
In Lego form.
That's
It seems that it's a funny thing. Sony will not let a mainline Horizon game on any console on any other console than the PlayStation. But Lego is fine to make that. Like, what's next? Lego Halo?
Hell yeah!
On Switch.
Lego Halo.
Use an array of gadgets like blast boots and gravity bombs to hunt them down.
I wonder if Lego will be allowed to make a teabag joke or not.
You might even come across the fearsome Thunderjaw.
Anyway.
As you progress, you can help Aloy rebuild her home.
This one sounds and look
Customize her appearance
fun.
with lots of outfits.
Yeah, it's Lego.
Oh, and you don't have to explore this vast wilderness alone. Team up with familiar faces from the world of Horizon in 2-player local or online co-op. Lego Horizon Adventures launches on Nintendo Switch.
Another holiday thing. I ate it. Tell us when. I want to be hyped.
Oh yeah, that game is finally getting ported. Stray, a game where you play as a little kitty in a little robot. Pretty sure many people just want to play the game because it's a cute little kitty, and
Well, the target audience is clearly girls and women because they like animals and cute things. So I think that will very well be a success for that audience.
Here's a funny little thing about the game but the trailer doesn't say. There's a meow button at any point during any cutscene. You can press that button and the kitty will meow.
Wow. Kids will also like that game, to be honest.
Me, I like cats.
You will purchase that game to play cats?
Okay. I like cat. Me and animals, alright?
Uh-huh.
Dogs, rabbits, cats.
I like animals, but not enough to play as them or to be willing to do all of the work to raise one. I would be a very bad master, even if I like them.
Oh yeah, and now
Alright, let's say.
and now here's a life simulator where you
Oh
play as a
my.
hobbit.
leisurely existence, nestled
Okay.
away in an idyllic
Better
corner
than the
of Middle-earth
former
can be yours.
simulator we had last
Customize your
year.
appearance, decorate your home, and settle into life in the
But
Shire.
no
As
thanks.
a newcomer to the little haven of Bywater, you'll befriend your
They
neighbors,
really
work
kept the
together to
big
solve
one
problems,
by the
and
end.
That's always how we do. The directs is
Yeah.
always we always have the big ones at the start and the end. We start
Yeah.
with a banger and end with a banger.
Yeah.
In fact, a lot of people will measure the quality of a direct based on the first and last ones. If we can't have a good one at the start and finish, then it's a disappointment.
and share a meal
Yeah.
or three. Explore.
This game looks so boring.
The best way to build a
No,
Hobbit
I can't.
community is
I
by
can't
hosting
do
a
it.
dinner. Investigate, interrogate, checkmate.
And yeah.
Oh, that's a new attorney or lawyer.
Actually, it's actually a compilation of old games. It's the Miles Edgeworth collection, the duology of Miles Edgeworth, Phoenix Wright's rival.
Take the case
Miles Edgeworth is basically, he's his rival. He's like, he's Phoenix Wright's rival. And here's a fun fact: the second game, until just now, had never seen the light of day outside of Japan. This will be the first time the second game ever comes out of Japan.
Okay, that's interesting.
My sister's a big fan of a big fan. She's looking forward to it.
So I assume she'll play it.
Oh yes.
Collide as you uncover the truth at any cost. Ace Attorney Investigations Collection launches on Nintendo Switch September 6th. Pre-orders begin later today on Nintendo eShop.
Oh yeah. It's some kind of defense RPG by I'm not sure you're familiar with the. I'm not sure you're too familiar with the the source with the previous work of the creator, so you probably wouldn't understand.
Yeah, I don't.
But let's
I
just
have
say,
no clue. I see.
I have many clues. I see. I have many clues, but explaining it to you would. But we don't have the time to. I don't have the time to explain it all to you. All the crazy madness stuff. I mean, long story short, in this game, like you're walled off in a school, and you need to defend from a bunch of weird monsters.
That's another RPG.
Actually, it plays a bit more like a like a strategy game. Like it mix and matches a few gameplay styles. Trust me, that's a thing for a game for the team, shoving strange.
Normal life. The creators of Danganronpa present.
Oh yeah, Danganronpa. That's the You probably don't really know it well, so you probably.
But the characters have good design. I like the characters.
Yeah, it's
A saga spanning generations.
Oh yeah, that one.
A full remake.
A remake of Romancing Saga 2, an old classic of JRPG. My first experience ever hearing about that game existing was when I was watching videos about a ROM hack that just makes a bunch of game references, and the final battle made a reference to that game.
Skills and formations to enhance abilities. Turn-based battles have also evolved into timeline battles, where the action order is key. Innovative features like United Attack can also help with strategy.
Yeah.
How will you expand your empire?
They look pretty. I won't
Yeah.
lie. They look
It has a
good.
choice-based system.
Every decision you make
You know, the choice-based system. You make decisions and determines what will happen. Long story short, 7 heroes that once saved the world just fell from grace, and now it's up to you to stop them. The 7 fallen heroes.
Yeah.
It really shows you how much we matter that it's the semi-last one. Near the end,
Yeah.
Romancing Saga 2. That's almost everything for today's Nintendo Direct.
you want to keep the sound for the last one.
The last announcement. Let's take a look.
Yeah, hey, no spoilers.
There we go! The banger!
Yeah, the banger for the end. You know how.
Hell yeah!
Yeah.
I like it already. So I will pause it right now because it's there. It's the topic. I like Metroid. I've played most of them. I didn't finish most of them. I've only finished.
I actually played and finished most of them. Like, as far as I know, like if we count the remakes, I've technically finished all the games except Federation Force.
That thing we don't talk about it.
Well, sadly,
Doesn't
because it
exist.
also serves as a it serves also as a partial teaser for this game. Sadly, so
That's bad. So I finished Prime 1, Prime 2, Other M, and with your help, I was able to beat Dread.
yeah.
And I did play every other ones. I think the only one I didn't play was the one that everyone considered the best, Super.
I
third
played-
one.
I played that one.
That's
played
the
that one.
only one I didn't play.
I played that
And
one.
I played every others, and I will say my favorite ones are Prime 1 and 2. I adore these two games. Other
Yeah, I like the
M,
front one.
I enjoyed it. I see myself trying.
Did you
again.
play? Oh, by the way, did you play Metroid Prime Hunters?
I did play, but not a lot.
I played through the whole thing. I finished it 100. And I think I finished it 100%.
I think I've played it maybe half an hour. I didn't play that much. Like DS, I had just so many games back then that I didn't know what I wanted to play first, and I just ended up like playing every other game except Prime Hunters. And yeah, that's my experience. So I'm very hyped about Prime 4. I did play Prime 3. I like Prime 3, but I was really bad at the game. I got stuck very early in the game. I didn't know what to do.
I
I-
finished the whole trilogy.
Yeah, and I still like Prime 3 a lot, but I got stuck somewhere. And eventually I will get back into it again because now we got Beyond, so I think I will get through the Prime trilogy at least again. I still have the games. I will need to find my nunchuck though. That's the big challenge.
Shit, good luck.
I know it's somewhere at my place, but where I have no clue.
Boy.
Which
is like
yeah.
Anyway.
Let's see how it goes. Beyond. I'm so hyped.
the title is quite fitting. It's beyond the Metroid Prime.
That's cool. I want
You
that.
know, it's because with Dark Samus dead in the third game, it means we're beyond the story of Dark Samus or Metroid Prime.
Wow.
Intro.
No.
It's already in the middle of a battle.
That's okay. I'm sold.
Space Pirate, the new remix of the Space Pirates theme.
That's okay. I'm so excited. About
And
this
yeah,
game.
Scanner is back because, of course, when you a Prime game without the scanner, it seems that this one already got injured. So
I'm excited.
you get jump, you go through a battle. There's an attack on the Federation base, and more Space Pirates to fight. And
This game, I get it on release.
and here's the big moment: Silex leading the Space Pirates.
Was he in Prime Tree?
He was in the hun. He was in. You missed out on a lot.
Well,
I pity
I've
you.
seen the ending of Prime 3. I know how
Yeah,
it ends. She beats-
100%. In the secret 100% ending, Silex is following Samus's ship.
Oh, interesting. You
Remember,
told that
Silex was
before, but
among.
I forgot.
Remember Metroid Prime Hunters? There's
Yeah,
a bunch of. You remember the plot that a bunch of bounty hunters are competing for the same goal as you?
yeah,
One of them is Silex.
yeah.
It was his introduction. The one who was the most mysterious. No one knows what he's up to. The whole point about Silex, no one knows what he wants. All that everyone knows is that he hates the Galactic Federation and Samus.
I think the biggest thing that plays against the older Metroid for me would be the 2D factor of it. Um, I find it hard sometimes to play 2D games.
Well,
And-
at least it's a good thing that Metroid Prime games don't really require you to play the
Yeah.
2D games.
That's why I'm so hyped, because I adore these 3D games. Like, I don't know how many times I finished Prime 1. I didn't finish Prime 2 as many times because I did struggle a lot more with that one, but I'm eager to play it again. And I'd say it's probably my favorite Metroid game and in my top 10 game ever. Even if I didn't play it that much, it's one of my favorite game among all. So yeah. Let's see what they have to say.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
And you get a bit of an idea of the main level of the field. Yeah, you have a fancy jungle forest place.
It looks awesome. And
Eh.
it doesn't try so hard to be realistic.
Well, it has fancy alien fancy alien graphics. Just as we love them.
Metroid Prime
Yeah.
4 Beyond. After a very long time, we are finally able to share more information about this title.
It's about time.
Release
Yeah.
is planned for 2025, so please wait a little bit longer. We hope you're looking forward to Samus Aran's new adventure.
I do.
So do I.
And that's all for today's Nintendo Direct.
Okay, so now we will have the big talk after watching the entire thing. I like that direct. I think it's hands down the best direct
Yeah.
we had in a long time. What about you? Did you like that direct?
Oh yes, I did. liked it a
What's
lot,
the project you're the most hype about? I think I know the answer. I still ask.
Metroid Prime 4.
I think that will be like everyone answer. It feels like when we look back at like 2020-ish, 2021, when they revealed Reboot Camp, everyone was talking about that. And right now it's the exact same. I knew about that spoiler before going into it, and I was also very, very hyped about it. So it's also my favorite game in the bunch, but I think most Mario game I will get them as well, and I'm curious to rewatch segment of it to see which other game interests me, but I think Nintendo solely gave me my hopes back.
Yeah. Looking forward to Metroid Prime 4 and stuff.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I
As someone who's been following and kind of grew up always looking at the little details and getting interested in playing other games and following that story, and I look forward to seeing that next chapter, seeing the next chapter.
and I feel like we were blessed because this year they really leveled up every reveal. That was really good, and Nintendo is the future. Um, I don't care what the industry says. I'm all in with Nintendo.
Yeah, it seems that only Nintendo seems to Nintendo seems to understand this general.
Nintendo just has something the others don't, and it's creativity and ideas and hell, They brought a lot of ideas on the table this week, and I didn't hear of that goddamn Splatoon. So that proves me that these people they know they can do different things. They can take risks and they can do interesting stuff. I genuinely have some interest for Fairy Tale after thinking again about all of that. I will see which game I will really purchase, but the next few months will be very fun. A lot of new good games. What would be your second favorite pick in all of the reveal we got during that direct?
Well, I'd say there's that Mario and Luigi game.
That's funny. Me too. It's like me too. We are the same there. In third place, that would be the other game in October. I was surprised. I forgot which one is it. October 17th. I remember the date, but not the game. But I remember having a good reaction to it. This one, I'm hyped about that one. What about you? What would be your third pick?
Let's see. Yes. I'm showing interest. I'm showing some curiosity in it's like that Mario Party game seems interesting.
Yeah. Now, before we go, I will read out Garrett's comments because Garrett is a Nintendo enjoyer. As of right now, he's still at work for another hour. That's why he cannot make it. But he was gentle enough to participate despite not being able to show up. So here's what Garrett had to say. For those who don't know Garrett, he is someone in our circles. He was on maybe one stream in the past with me, but we talked a lot and we keep in touch. Even if we don't really stream a lot together, we are still in the same circle. And here's what Garrett had to say. I'm not free, but there's some thoughts from me from work summarized you can use as a debate point. Metroid Prime 4 teased in 2017. Why the delay? Now this is really good food for thoughts. I like what Garrett has told us. Now I click pause on Garrett's comments because I think it's a genuine and really good question. I will ask you because he asked, why the delay? Do you have any idea why they delayed the game?
Why have it delayed the Metroid Prime 4?
Yeah.
Actually, they actually say it right. It's because the previous version they had wasn't up to their standards, so we started from scratch with Retro Studio on the helm this time. Retro Studio was the company, was a group that made the Metroid Prime trilogy. At first, they did it with a different team, but what they had up until that point wasn't up to their wasn't good enough. So we started it again with Retro Studio.
But that's a good sign. And
yeah. In fact, it was well received because they were just honest about it. No no excuse. No like half-hearted excuses. No cover up. They just honestly told, just honestly told us what they were doing with the game and why.
And I'll add more to this. I think only Nintendo has the balls to do that.
Yeah.
Other studios, they have no shame into releasing trashy games and trashy exclusive, but Nintendo actually care about putting out some good games. So when I see a delay like that, I'm like, okay, that's Nintendo. And that's also why I got so destroyed when
as Miyamoto once said, a delayed game is eventually good. A rushed game is forever bad.
When you're Reboot Camp. I dunked so much on that game because they delayed the goddamn game for no valid reason. I'm sad. I'm broken. Anyway, Do you want to add more on that matter, or we can keep reading Garen's comments?
Maybe read more comments.
Okay. So he said, why not wait for the Switch 2 at this point? Seems like a great launch title for a new console that already been confirmed. The hype around the game is enough for a lot of sales off the bat with no Zelda mainstream game happening and no noun but portable 3D. Sorry about that. Game would be a great double launch day title to generate sales through the roof. I think it's very valid what he just said. Any thoughts? I guess you don't have any thoughts.
Well, because nah.
Okay. Now he has another note here. Bitrate Prime Jimbori. Okay.
No, Mario
Oh, Mario Party Jimbori. Oh, okay, I see. Good call on that. Looks sick considering the last few Mario Party games were either meh or just nostalgia trips. What can they do here to keep the fans of the older school Mario Party 1 to 7 happy while also appealing to a new audience? Seems like they are splitting it a bit with map choice being some of the retro, some new. What will separate this game and make it unique while also keeping the vast majority of fans who wants to see the original types?
Well, I say generally having the host be someone who's not as nice as some of the previous hosts might spice things up. I mean, compared to say Toad or Toadsworth, nice considered, or some of the exclusive of the whole of the Mario Party exclusive hosts generally were nice as well. Kamek, he's a mean spirit. He's a he's a life. He's a life ruiner. He's gonna ruin your life. He's gonna cast a spell and ruin your life. He's gonna shrink you down and feed you to a frog. He's gonna have a. He's gonna have the turtle you fight turn giant and stomp on you. That's Kamek, making your life more miserable one spell at a time.
Yeah, you describe it very well. So the rest of Garrett's comments, we know Superstars was pretty good, but can't just do a rinse cycle with some new stuff and not have people go, why not just make a second one? But can't go to extreme where you get like Mario Party Island or 10 of the other shit show game around that era. How is Nintendo gonna straddle this fine line? Do you have any answer to this?
Sorry, I had a bit of a call, of a text message on my end. Can you repeat that?
How is Nintendo gonna straddle this fine line between being just another clone or a brand new game? Do you have any answer to this?
Well, it seems like there's a larger amount of players and many new mini games. It's like mini games, so
okay. So this marks the end of Garrett's comment. Mario and Luigi Brotherhood. In all fairness, I don't have ton to say. Just try and compete with Superstar Saga. Lol. Thank you, Garrett, for sharing. I wish he was there, but life happens, you know. And I'm very hopeful about gaming. If you're sick and tired of Xbox, PlayStation, go Nintendo.
Yeah.
FPC, go Nintendo.
Well, admittedly, there's a few interesting games on Steam or some other PC platforms.
But we got
Admittedly-
like the Game Pass or not the Game Pack extension. I can't remember the exact name, but we got our own Steam like stuff on
The
on
Steam
Switch.
Fest, I think.
Yeah.
Um,
The retro gaming, like all of the good old games. I forgot the name. I always forget the name. Anyway,
oh yeah,
what-
the indies. It's like usually it's like, yeah.
what do you have going on your end of the internet?
Me, I'm trying to to like watch funny video or play some games. Maybe try to follow some, and generally trying to forget about and generally trying to not think too much about the constant pinching pain of what my surgery has left me into.
Yeah. Anyway, that's it for now. Thank you for
Yep.
watching. There's always a playback. Once we are done, I will timestamp the stream so people get the intro, the outro, and all of the good stuff. And tomorrow there's the Acolyte in the boys, or I should say tonight. It's
I'm not.
it's not that bad.
I don't follow that. It's like I don't follow the Acolyte, and I think I'd rather go. And I think I'd I'd rather pour
you
some
said
green.
it.
I'd rather pour that green milk into my. I'd rather pour that green milk from the Last Jedi in my eyes than watch the Acolyte.
I get that.
I'd rather take as much pour the milk constantly in my eyes as much time as it takes for the Acolyte Acolyte episodes to run than to watch anything than to watch the Acolyte.
That was gruesome. Anyway, we are out. Have a good night, everyone. Don't do too many nightmares.